Okay, hello, good morning. My name is Seth Bradshaw. Welcome to Comm 310 Organizational Communication. I'm excited about this class. I'm excited to get to know everyone. This is just a short introduction video. I wanted to run through kind of an overview of the class, and then I'll talk a little bit about first discussion posts and assignments. All right, so I'll begin by sharing my screen with you. All right, so what you should be seeing now, here's our home screen. And this is what your screen should look like. On the right here, you'll see some to-do list items that we have coming up. And here's just a short overview. Right here is where the video, if we click on this video, you'll be able to watch the video I'm shooting right now. A couple things I'll point out while we're on this page. This is a link to the course textbook. You can purchase the textbook. You can rent it online for less than $35. So you just click on this link and you have multiple options to either rent it or purchase it or view the ebook, and I'll leave it up to you. Up here, there's some other links. We have a discussion post, quiz, and here's my email. I'll go back and run through some of those in a bit. For now, what I'll do is I'll click on this course overview, and what this will do is just run through a couple of the basics about the class, learning objectives. I won't read it all to you. Obviously, you can read them. So I ask that you just search through them, make yourself familiar with our page. I'll point out here, I've taught a number of online courses, and including this particular course I've taught online in the summer. And so I know how summer courses go. I know that they're really fast paced, and because of that, I've cut about half of the content that we would normally cover in a 16-week course. And I don't do that to make it easier, because it doesn't really work that way. I do it because there's just not enough time to cover the material. There's not enough time to kind of read through a concept and then sit on it for a while and then wait and come back to it. And because we don't have that time, I'm just focusing on the essentials. You'll be submitting work, and then I grade it, and it's just a really fast pace. I use the metaphor of a sprint to talk about online summer courses. So recognizing that, I cut out a lot of material, and we're just focusing on the essentials. Here's the basic overview of the assignments. We have a lot of discussion posts. We have a class leader assignment. I'll go through, explain each of these as we move throughout the semester. We have some weekly quizzes. They're open book, open note. They're designed to be straightforward and simple. And then we have a few short papers. So we don't have any long paper. We don't have some huge final. Like I said, because I try to focus on just the basics in a summer course. In the first discussion post, I ask you to introduce yourself. And so I'll introduce myself here. I'm actually from Idaho. I lived in Lewiston for a while when I was a kid, and I've lived all over the state. Most of it was in Pocatello. It's where I met my wife, and we now have 3 children. So I graduated from Idaho State University with a bachelor's in organizational communication. My master's is in rhetoric, and then I got my doctorate from the University of Arizona in media and political communication. So I love this topic, and I'm excited to go through it with you. Before I started at LC, I was a professor in Texas at Stephen F. Austin State University, and we loved it out there, but we really wanted to get back to the West and into the mountains and rivers. So we're excited to be here. Here's some ways to get a hold of me, including my office. And as you can see, I'm in my office right now. Here's a couple links: accommodations, accessibilities, library, student counseling center, things that students often ask about. All right. So So that's kind of the quick overview. Like I said, I am in my office now. I will be available to meet online or even in person. Sometimes if you're around, I'm happy to chat with you. What I'll do now is just briefly run through the first things we have coming up. So I ask that you post a discussion post. It's just an introduce yourself discussion post. So this is not difficult. And so I'll run through that. And we also have a syllabus quiz. So we have a quiz due the first week, but it's about the syllabus. So these are not, reading quizzes. I'm not asking you to do a ton of hard work. I just want to make sure that everyone's logging on, that you've made yourself familiar with our site, and that you know how to navigate our page. All right, so let me go back to sharing the screen with you. All right, so you can click on discussions over here on the left. Discussion 1, introduce yourself. So just share what you're comfortable everyone knowing about you. Some people have a website, some people want to post pictures of their dog or cat or family. All that's fine. You can tell us your major, if you're close to graduating and so forth. Here's the quiz. It's just a syllabus quiz, so it's really straightforward. 11 questions. These are not trick questions. It's just ask about the attendance policy and so forth. The idea with this is I just want to make sure that you open the syllabus, that you read it, and that you've spent some time making yourself familiar with our site. The other thing I'll point out here is when you click on the left, we have a syllabus. You can download the syllabus if you want the file itself, or you can just read it in line. So I'll point out a couple big things here. Again, I'm not going to read it all to you. You can click on the link and go right to the book if you want to see it, if you want to purchase or rent it. Assignments. But right here is kind of our schedule. So the first week, you don't have any real assignments. What you do have is the introduce yourself discussion post, and we have the quiz. So that's the week of June 14th through the 18th. So sometime that week, see these dates, make sure you introduce yourself, submit the quiz. I use those assignments as your attendance. So, I'll do the attendance confirmation to make sure that everyone has any financial aid or anything taken care of. And then I just break it down by each week and what we have going on that week. We have a discussion, quiz, we have a short paper, quiz. And so each week it's just little assignments, and then we add, a short paper here, a short paper there. There's no big final, there's no big long paper. I try to make it very manageable. The idea is just make sure you're checking in every day. Make sure you're submitting these small assignments every week, and you should do great in this class. If you want to look through the rest of the assignments, you can click on the assignments tab, and you'll be able to click on the short paper assignments. They really are short paper assignments. They're not long. I explain exactly how the paper should be set up. You just put your name and then short paper 1, and that's it. I explain exactly what should go in the page in the papers, what they're about, which parts of the textbook or the other readings they're about. They're only 2 to 3 pages in length, so these are designed to be something you can handle without getting overwhelmed. You don't have to do many drafts of it. These are designed to be short and to the point. All right. Okay. So that's it. I'm excited about this class. I'm excited to get to know everyone, and I look forward to our summer together.